Right, now we're recording. Okay. Get the recording, the important bit. It didn't need to hear my story on the recording. So we get the important bit. So let's crack on, guys. Let's have a look at what you lot have been up to over the last 3 weeks so far in this period, because we've got some absolutely fantastic recognition here. So 27 new team members, new business partners have joined the business, 27 of you, absolutely fantastic. So welcome to everybody on the list here. And hopefully some of you are on here tonight, but it's fantastic to see this many people coming into the business. You guys out there who are already in the business, sharing the opportunity, sharing our business and what we have with many, many people out there, because we have such a simple system that we have something that fits for everyone. Because of what you can do, because of the products we have, which fits. We have things from the elderly, for your grandparents, right through to pets, cats and dogs. So we have something for everyone, and that's why this business works so well. We're not a niche market. We cover so much, so that's why anybody can make this work if they follow the system, regardless of how many hours they want to put into it. They just want to do a little bit with it. You can do a little bit. You want to do a lot with it. You can do a lot with it. It's entirely up to you. So welcome to everybody who's joined the team so far, and I reckon we'll be over the 30 mark before Thursday's out, most definitely. End the period on Thursday. So who's sharing the opportunity at the moment? Who has introduced these new business partners into the team? Well, look at this. Michael and Kirsty, well done. They've shared it with 4 people. Well, I've shared it more than that, but 4 people have joined their team. Dimple and Andy have recruited 4 new team members. Sue Dickerson with 4 new team members as well. Angie Bound with 3. Mariella with 3. Judith Coates with 2. Tracy and myself with 2. Jay Sharma with 1. Kalpana, who you're going to hear from tonight, with 1. Neil Cochran with 1. Tammy, who's on here tonight, with 1. Tiffany with 1. And these can come from all, and these are coming from all different places. These are coming from what we call your warm market, people you know, people you're chatting to, people you're sharing the business with, so they can see what you're doing. Maybe you're putting them into the team Facebook group after you've had a good chat with them, and they found out a little bit more about it, so they can see a little bit more about what we do. Find out about that from your sponsor and your upline. Posting adverts in Facebook, in the timeline posts, in your shop, posting a weekly post in your shop, regularly posting in external groups. Some people are in the ad pool, paying for leads, so you have those qualified leads coming in, or those leads that you know you're going to definitely get because you've paid for them, so you know you're going to get X amount of leads coming in. And people are using flyers and cards and other ways of sharing opportunities for people. So there's lots of ways that you can share this business, but that's a completely different training, and I won't go into that tonight. But yeah, there's lots of ways. So if you want to find out about how to go about starting to build a team, if you've not got involved in that, then speak to your sponsor or speak to your successful upline, and they'll help you with that. Look at our top sponsors so far. Look at this, is absolutely brilliant. Sue Dickerson storming away at the top there again. £4,514 already, and the period's not finished yet, and I'm sure she's going to probably top the 5,000 mark before the period is out. So well done to Sue, well done to Kirsty and Michael, 2,453, and I know they're going to have more to go on before the period's out as well. Well done to Emma and Steph, just short of £2,000. Tina and Paul going to smash that £2,000 mark, I know, and Jane here, and I'm sure they're going to smash the £2,000 mark as well. That's our top 5. And well done to everybody else who's on there in our top 25. Absolutely great retail on there. You can see down there, number 22, Marie and Richard Haywood, only just started their first period, done over £400 already. Debbie Jones done over £400 as well in her first period, which is absolutely brilliant. So well done, guys. If you're on that list, absolutely fantastic. So who's been getting some free catalogues? Who's been hitting their welcome rewards? Well done to Colleen. Just have a quick look in the chat because I haven't got it open. Who says Michael? I saw to see Michael. Bless him. Michael's broken down. Bless him. I know. I hope he gets home okay. Michael, I hope you'll get home okay, my friend. Not what you wanted. Definitely not. But well done to Colleen. Yes, 53 catalogues. Done her first £150 worth of orders since she's got started, and it's got 53 catalogues on her way to her. Brilliant stuff. Richard and Marie, who I mentioned just now, they've done their first welcome awards and their second welcome awards. So they've had 153 catalogues since they've got started. And they've done all this in their first 30 days. So just got out there with the catalogues. I know Richard's been consistent with him with the catalogues, using 24-hour drops with the tomorrow slips in there. and get some great success by getting these catalogues in and out. Tiffany Brown, well done, Tiffany. Look at you go, 13% this period. Tiffany's only been in the business probably about 6-7 weeks now. She's not, I think it's her probably her first full actual period, I think, off the top of my head. But not been in the business long, and already at the second bonus level, which is turning over over 15. So actually, we had £1,600 worth of orders already, and the period's not finished yet. So absolutely brilliant, Tiffany. Well done. And then Dimfler, Andy, and Molly, Team Starlight. Look at you go, 18% in the business, over £4,000 worth of orders between you, which is absolutely fantastic, and that's rising and well on the way to 21%. So it's absolutely superb to see. So well done to everybody in Team Starlight. Well done to Dimfler, Andy, and Molly. You're doing absolutely superb. So it's great to see. Well done. And who's getting some cash bonuses this period? Already you can see everybody on this list here is going to get an extra cash bonus into their bank accounts at the end of the period, on top of the retail profit they've already earned from their retail, whether it be through catalogs or whether it be through the online side of the business, depending on what you're working. Hopefully you're working both, because if you're working both, you're really going to maximize what you can earn in this business. But look at that. So it's there, obviously us at the top there, Emma and Stev, team turning over £8,000 at the 21% level. Going to hit that gold level again, I know, before the period's out. Sue, well on her way to the 21% mark. Jude, Dimple and Andy, Kirsty and Michael, Mariella, Monica and Marcin, Tina and Paul, Angie, Tiffany Brown, Jane Heron, Jackie Pomeroy, Janice Malone, Trevor Green, Tammy Downham, Trudy Butterworth, and Barry Stanton. You're all going to get a bonus in your bank account. How much is that bonus going to be? Still a couple of days where you can change that and make and increase it even more. And it's in your own hands, guys. And this is just an example. It just shows you on here where the bonus levels change, what you need to be either retailing or what your business needs to be turning over to get to that new level, starting at the 10%, going all the way up to the 24% level, which is gold. And you can get a copy of this on the DSA. This is the distributor support arena. When you log into your account, if you go into DSA and go into the company section along the top, you go to the company section and go into forms and manuals, and you'll see in the drop down box there, there's a document in there that shows you, it says how to work out your income, and you can get this information in there. So this just shows you what you get on top of your retail profit, okay, based on whether it's Plain Easy Books, the main book, or whether it's K-Life catalogs, or whether it's internet specials. And but if anybody wants to go through that with me in a bit more detail, then please give me a shout. But you can see just where you need to be turnover-wise to hit those new levels. And look at these orders from the catalogs. The ones on the right there, spread out, 2 fans of them from Michael and Kirsty. Absolutely fantastic. And that's what you get from building a customer base over time. You get those regular repeat orders by getting your catalogs in and out on a regular basis, and you find these customers because they're out there. But you just got to get your catalogs in and out. And the ones on the left there from Monica. And she's been out there regularly posting out small amounts of books, day in, day out, taking out with George and Gio, little boys. They're going to be 2 very, very soon. She's out there retailing with them, and they're a couple of munchkins. They're great fun, but they are a handful. And she does really, really well to get out there. So it doesn't matter what's going on. You can always find a way to get out there and get your catalogs out there to generate those customers and generate those orders for yourself. So well done to both Kirsty and Michael, and to Monica. And I know Kirsty and Michael are about to become mum and dad again, and that's going to happen very, very soon. So they're doing this around expecting baby as well. So it just shows you what you can do if you put your mind to it. So well done, guys. And who's going to get some free catalogs? Remember, we've got an incentive running up until close of play on Thursday. Anybody who retails £250 of personal sales or more in this week 4, will get a ticket into a live draw that we're going to do on Friday, where the winner who gets pulled out will get a box of 50 catalogs sent to them. And our top three retailers for the week will go into a separate draw to win a further box of 50 catalogs. So again, guys, you've got to be in it to win it. So where are you with your retail? You've still got a couple of days to go to get those catalogues in and out, to get that posting going, to generate those more retail orders, speak to your friends and family, get those links out to the catalogues, to your online customers, to the people that you know, and see what the orders you can generate to increase your income and maybe win a box of 50 catalogues. They're there for your taking. So now we come on to the distributor of the period. And I say we've not been around much for the last couple of weeks, so you've not had an update on this recently. But for those new in the business, just to let you know, we run a Distributor of the Year competition, and out of that comes a Distributor of the Period competition. Our Distributor of the Year will get a long weekend this year down in North Devon at the Woodford Bridge Coaching Inn, and it's an absolutely gorgeous place. And you can see from some of the pictures here, it really is stunning, set in a lovely setting, not far from the North Devon coast, and it's really, really lovely down there. We've been there a couple of times to stay and have a great time. And out of that comes the Distributor of the Period. And the Distributor of the Period gets 53 business leads for them to help them grow their business. So let's have a look and see where we are for the Distributor of the Period at this present moment in time. Okay, top of the shop in first place, tying up there is Sue Dickerson and Jude Newton, both with 13 points at the moment. Closely followed by Dinflin and Andy, then Emma and Steph, and then Mariella. And then you can read down, you can see everybody else's gathered points so far this period on the list there. So well done to everybody who's on there, whose names on the list. That's fantastic. It means that something is happening in your business and you're doing stuff to move your business forward, which is absolutely fantastic to see. If anybody's got any queries on this at all, if we think I've missed some points, which I do sometimes, I hold my hand up, sometimes I miss some points, drop me an individual message, either a text or through Messenger, and just let me know, and I'll have a look at that and come back to you. But I think I've got it right. I think I've got everybody's points on here. It should be on here, but I know sometimes people think, I've missed the points off. So let me know if you think I have. And again, for those new in the business, just have a look along the heading in yellow at the top. These are the areas to focus on. These are the areas that will drive your business forward if you put focus on them. We coach and teach retailing £1,000 a period. Take responsibility for £1,000 in a 4-week period. So you get a point for every £1,000 retail you do. You get a point for every person you sponsor into your team. You get 5 points for anybody you help in your team get to their 30-day bonus. If you help them to do £600 worth of orders in their first 30 days, you get 5 points. If you help them then to get to their 10%, when you help them to get to their first bonus level, the 10% level, you get 10 points. So it's all about helping and supporting your new team members get off to a good start. Every 10 steps workshop you get to, or Clean Easy live event you get to, you generate 5 points at the moment. And every webinar that you get on, you generate 2 points. And we've only been running, actually those points need adjusting for the comments. They should have 3 actually. I've just noticed that. That'll be adjusted on there. They should have some 3 points for the comments that you put on Facebook to say you were on for the webinar week before last for the team webinar, because we haven't had a full range of webinars this period. And then anybody doing a testimonial or training either on here or another event that we're organising, then you'll get 5 points for that as well. And if you move up the pay plan, and you'll get 10 pints according to that. If you have 10 pints, you'll be flat on your back probably. I need to change the spelling on that, just notice on that. So if you move up the pay plan, you get 10 pints. Who's up for that? And that we update at the end of the period once all the figures are in and we can see who's moved up the bonus pay plans. So well done guys if you're on there. Right, let's move in on then. Let's get rid of me, because you've had enough of me waffling on already. And let's get a wonderful lady on, Kalpana, who's going to come on now, share her story with us. She's such a lovely lady. She's doing really, really well in the business. She's so keen to learn, to make it happen, and build a fantastic future for herself and her family. And she's got a great story to share with you. So without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to Kalpana right now.
Hi, Harvey. Thank you very much for the introduction. Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah, looking good.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Kalpana. This is my first presentation, not exactly a repeat of my previous practice presentation. Please bear with me if I make any mistakes. I'm a mother of two. My husband is a doctor. I have been a homemaker for 15 years because I simply had the luxury to do that. I have been a customer with Clean Easy since 2009. That's as old as my son. With my husband's work being busy, I was looking for a job with flexible hours, part-time, which fits around my children's activities. In April 2016, I responded to an advert on Facebook about work from home. That's when Leanne Davis, who used to be my Clean Easy distributor, messaged me the info with videos, and it took me a couple of days to finish watching them. I didn't join then. To cut the long story short, due to family commitments, I only messaged Leanne again about joining in September after the children went back to school. To my surprise, Leanne said she doesn't do the business anymore, and she introduced me to our lovely Monica Ella Dolman. Monica gave me a presentation, and I started this beautiful journey on September 12, 2016. I felt blessed that my first work experience is with such lovely people who are always sweet and positive. It did take me a while to get the hang of the system. It hasn't been easy going out of the house and doing work, as I am fantastic at procrastination. But I am an optimist as well. So I kept going to the meetings. Well, they don't exactly look like this. This is how they look. I went to the monthly business opportunity meetings, the monthly workshops, call meetings, team sizzles, big one, and the January showcase, and I was on almost all the webinars. There were a lot of ups and downs in my activity, but what I have learned through these meetings is that whatever I do, I should not quit. Then in period 13, which is during the Christmas season, I have set my goal to hit 10%, and I did, which was wonderful. In the Clean Easy Showcase in January, when I saw a lot of success, including Michael Conroy and Kirsty Slater being recognized for gold, I have realized the success that can be achieved by normal people like us. But before I could take it all on board, due to some health issues, I did not do very well in the business almost the whole month. But I was determined, and I kept listening to the personal development CDs and kept the shop alive by posting a regular picture. When my first team member signed up, I was excited and nervous at the same time. I started being more responsible, as I have to set a good example. My activity started to improve, and then I had more members join into my team. I started changing myself for better. I have started listening to a lot of Jim Rohn's speeches that are free on YouTube. That's my morning cup of coffee now. Whenever I feel demotivated, I listen to personal development audios, and I say to myself, if I do something often enough, a ratio will appear. My goals are set now. The immediate one being hitting 13%. My business has picked up since my attitude has changed, because I choose to be happy. I've put together some tips for you, just in case they can help. The first one being the wooden spoon of Tracy Payne. Take a wooden spoon to push your sorry I missed you slips through, or your recruitment flyers. Save your fingers from biting pets. I'm onto my second wooden spoon now, as a dog pulled my first spoon into the house. I was so glad that those weren't my fingers. This is not my idea, it's Tracy's. I'm so glad she mentioned it when I first started, and I think this should be part of our training. Number 2, simply follow the system. Go to collect your catalogs when you said you will. Customers are always watching. Your consistency is appreciated by them. Number 3, do not get disheartened when you find out that there are other distributors in the area. They are probably doing only their customer base. They probably will give up when times get hard, but you won't. Number 4, hesitation. Hesitance to put the catalogs through, hesitance to knock and ask for your catalogs back, hesitance to call the prospect. It can all only be overcome by actually doing it. Number 5, personal development. My biggest inspiration every day comes from the great speakers. Jim Rohn and his logical explanations are suitable for a successful, positive human life. Give yourself time to put one new good thing into your routine. Practice it regularly, even when it seems hard or uninteresting. Remember that you have taken this decision because it's a good one for your life. Make a mental note not to give up on any good decisions you have made, even if they are taking some time to become a habit. Thank you for listening.
Brilliant. Thank you, Kalpana. That was absolutely awesome. Thank you very much. It's great to hear your story. All those tips you shared with us there was fantastic. And yeah, it's amazing how you come across this business. And sometimes when you first come across the business, the time isn't always right. And it might take a little while before people will join your business. And obviously that's what happened with Kalpana. And Leanne, who Kalpana mentioned there, was in the business for a little while, but she went off to Dubai. Her husband got a job out in Dubai, and unfortunately we don't operate in Dubai yet, so she had to leave her Clean Easy business behind. But because Leanne had built a good relationship up with Monica, and she put her in touch, Kalpana in touch with Monica, and yeah, Kalpana's part of the team, and we're grateful for that. It's absolutely fantastic to have her in the business, and to have her sharing her story on the webinar tonight, and great to hear about the work that Kalpana's doing on her personal. Or should I say, I'm pronouncing her name wrong, and it's Kalpana, and I do apologise, and it's because us English, we read it we do differently. We read it how we in English, but it's not the same. It's Kalpana, so my apologies. And Kalpana is loving Jim Rohn, and some Jim Rohn stuff is absolutely fantastic. So if you've not read or listened to any Jim Rohn stuff yet, get on YouTube and listen to some of his stuff, because he's one of the best business philosophers in the world, and everybody in the network marketing business knows Jim Rohn and listens and learns from that gentleman. So listen to his stuff. Well done again, Kalpana. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you. So let's move on. Let's have a look at promotional events. So I hope you've got your notepads and pens ready. And this is really key as well with the Cheltenham coming up on Saturday. And step 9 out of the 10 steps is one of the most important steps we have there. You have step 2, personal development, step 9, promotional events. If you can get those two really going well, then you'll build a fantastic business, because you don't need to know everything in Clean Easy to build a team, to help other people, to help new business partners in your business. You don't need to know everything. If you can get good at getting people along to the events where the other leaders, the other people can coach them and teach them, then you can grow a fantastic business as you're learning. So get good at this first. One of the first things to really work on. So learn some good stuff I'll hopefully share with you tonight that will help you. So what type of events do we have? Well, we have webinars that you're on tonight. So well done to everybody who's on the webinar tonight. This is where you're going to learn. This is where you're going to be able to associate with some of the other distributors, successful distributors in the business, start to meet, to build some relationships up. Yes, it's only by tapping in on the messenger tonight, but you get to get a feel for people, and you can see obviously from the recognition what people are achieving, and start to see what's going on within the business. So types of events, webinars, the 10 steps workshops, our recruitment nights. We have what we call a BOM, a business opportunity meeting, if you run over Long Eaton. So if you're with a sort of a couple of hours, get along to that, because it'll be worth the drive, most definitely. One-to-one with your sponsor, that's an event. rallies. We attend rallies and seminars for things like the big one and the vision group rallies. So events like that, the Clean Easy Live events that we've got going on Saturday, company showcases. Yeah, company showcases coming up in August, at the end of August at the NIA in Birmingham. That's the big company showcase where everybody from all over the country, from all of the UK, from all of Ireland and from Spain will be coming over to Birmingham and filling the NIA. So you guys, that is the one to have on your diary. So find out what the date is. Off the top of my head, I don't know exactly what the date is. Somebody hopefully will put it in the chat. It's I know it's the very end of August. And also Facebook Lives. Look out for Facebook Lives coming down in the team group and get on them and participate in them. So all types of events that we do. Pardon me, excuse me. 26th, thanks Trace. Showcase is 26th of August. So make sure you get that in your diary. Have a look at your diary. If you've got something in your diary now, see what you can do to move it so you can get there on Saturday the 26th. It's going to be a great day. And we have the gala dinner as well. If anybody wants to stay on have a bit of a party with us afterwards, it's always a fantastic evening. So why should you attend events? Well, for leadership to start with, if you're looking to build a team in the business, you need to lead the way. I mean, as it says here, a leader of one is a leader of many. If you can't lead one, then you can't lead any. So you've got to lead yourself first and foremost. So you've got to be doing the do. You've got to be doing the stuff that you want your team members to be doing. If you're not going to do it, why should they do it? Yeah, so you've got to be the best person in your team to start with so that the others will copy you and they will follow you. So leadership, get along to the events to lead the way. So you might have the quandary in your head, should I stay or should I go? And that's a bit of a Clash song going, should I stay or should I go now? But I won't carry on singing. Singing is not my forte. Yeah, you'll have that, should I stay or should I go? Well, you should definitely go. As I said just now, you need to be leading the way. Yeah, it's association, the people you're going to meet there. Yeah, birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, you're going to meet like-minded people there. You're going to learn from them. You're going to pick up stuff that you can bring away and put into your business. So another reason to get there. Again, think about it. The dreams that you have, the things you want to achieve, yeah, are they worth it? Are you prepared to get out there and do the things you need to do to get the things that you want? Because if you don't do the things you need to do, you won't get the things that you want. You've got to take some action. And one of the things within the business is getting to the events. Those that get to the events, their businesses move forward. It helps you get focus, helps you keep focus, helps you regain focus. It helps you get through any challenges that you have. It allows you to set new goals because you'll get inspired there. You'll get new ideas. You could get one thing from the business, from the event that could change your whole business. One tip, if you take something away and put it into your business, that will make a great difference. We've just been to Mexico, which obviously is a huge event that we managed to get on. And we brought a tip back from there that we picked up there with regards to calling all our new team members, all our new business partners, everybody that you guys are introducing to the business. Tracy's giving them a call. Tracy's taking the responsibility for picking up the phone, giving them a call just to say hello, how are you, introducing ourselves and just finding out, making sure they're okay, that they've got everything they need and they know where to find everything, and just finding out a little bit about them as to what they're looking for, why they joined, so that they know we're here to help and support if they need us. And that one tip I know will change our business because it's going to help with retention. It's going to help with people grasping hold of this business and getting that help and support that can make all the difference. So that's just a tip we picked up. So you never know what tip you're going to get from an event. Make sure you have a notepad and pen with you and write stuff down, because you can't remember it all up here. You might think you can, but you won't. And also when you write it down, it embeds it even more in your mind when you write it down. So it's so important to have a notepad and pen. And it is mad sometimes. We go to these events, sometimes we go there and people who are looking to build a business, and they sit there all event and don't write anything down. And we just know that their business is not going to go anywhere because they're not jotting stuff down. They've got nothing to refer back to. They've got nothing to take away that they've captured in a book that they can refer to a later date. They might not use it straight away. It might be a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. We have stuff in our journals that we go back to review and pick and go through it again and pick stuff out that we maybe missed or didn't use first time around and think that's a great idea. I've forgotten about that, but because we've forgotten about it, but we've written it down, we've got it there. Still, we've captured it. So make sure you've got something to write down when you go to an event. Or got something to write in so you can write down when you go to an event. Builds belief. Yeah, it builds your belief in you that you can do it, builds your belief in the company. And you see all these people around you who are making a success of it, who are like-minded, who are getting stuck in, who are doing the do. So why not you? You're there, they're doing it, so why not you? So again, it helps build your belief. It allows team support and recognition. You're able to support your team, recognize them, cheer them along, which is one of the key things in our business. You know, in the job world, we don't very rarely get recognized for great things. On occasions we do, but generally, the majority of the time, it's pulled into the manager's office or pulled into a corner or whatever to receive a bit of a dressing down or a pulling up of the socks or something to say, why haven't you done this? Well, this isn't very good. What you've been doing, why haven't you done this? Why haven't you done that? Sort of a pat on the back. And people will work for money, but people will go an extra mile for recognition, praise and rewards. Dale Carnegie says here in this quote. So it's so important to recognise people, and the events are where we can do that, as we do at the beginning of this, because people love recognition, and I love to give recognition. It's great recognising people, to see the smile on people's faces. Look at all these people here being recognised at the NIA. You might recognise a few people on there, and if you look closely, and have they all got big smiles on their faces? Are they all enjoying that recognition? They are. So get along to the events. They can be life-changing. They certainly were for me. Yeah, they can have a life-changing experience ahead when you go to an event. The business changed for me when I went to an event. I went to Rob Foster's seminar, and it's probably I was about 12 months into the business, and we've been going to regular local meeting every 4 weeks, the local BOM. And we were going to Rob Foster's success seminar that he held every 4 weeks up in Sheffield. And at this event, at this time, Rob was on fire, and I can't remember exactly what he said, but what he was talking about and what he said just resonated with me. It just hit a note with me. It just made me make a decision. I realised that I'd been messing around with it. I've been hadn't been taking it that serious. I was maybe treating it more like a hobby than I was a serious business. And I knew that what I'd seen with this business, I knew that it could replace my income. It could replace my job if I got serious with it and got my head down, did what I needed to do, and I could get out of my job. And I knew I could do that because of what I'd experienced over the previous 12 months. So having been at that seminar and what he said, I went away, handed my notice in, got stuck in, and within 3 months, I was gold distributor. I'd left my job. I was out there. But I suppose this seminar would have been in May. By the end of September, I was unemployed. I gave my notice up. I burnt my bridges, and I was just doing Clean Easy and supporting my family through my Clean Easy business and giving up my job. But that only happened because I went to that seminar. If I hadn't gone to that seminar, I might still be in my job. I might never have made the decision to go full time in this business. I might have quit. And you never know. But I do know that I went to that seminar and it made me decide what I wanted to do, and I took the action on that. So you never know what's going to happen at an event. So don't miss one, because the one you miss might be the one that could change everything for you. Events, you get all the up-to-date information. You're going to get updated with stuff that's going on. You can find out what's happening within the team or the big events. You can find out where the next holiday destination is within the company, or things that are changing, things that are happening. You get up-to-date information on the online side, all sorts of stuff that you get for the events. Again, if you miss the event, you might miss that information. And this is another really important reason to go to an event, because you need to recharge your batteries. We all have the daily challenges, yeah? We all have the negativity. We go out, step out the front door, and we unfortunately step into a negative world. You know, we are born negative. We are prime negative, unfortunately, and we have to work on ourselves to change that. And so much goes on outside. So we need the meetings. We need the meetings to help us recharge, And the meetings need us to be there to help that recharge happen. And I know whenever I go to an event, even if I've heard the same stuff before, I still come away buzzing, because I know there's people there who hadn't heard it before. There's people there that might have just looked at the business, or there's people there that have experienced it for the first time, or it's done something for them. And that's great to see that the event has really done something for them. And that charges me up. That gets me going again. So again, the events have an effect on you in that way. As it says here, if you're serious about your business, if you're serious about achieving the things you want to achieve from it, then you've got to go to the events, because you'll find that, and I think it says on the next slide actually, you'll find that people who are not everybody who goes to the events are successful, but you find that the successful people go to the events. Yeah, they help you build long-term consistency. They help you build longevity in the business. And the event promotion is a skill that you learn. So obviously, once you're getting along and you're regularly going, and then sometimes you think, well, how do I get my team to go along? I can't get anybody to go along. Well, it's a skill that can be learned, and I'm going to talk about that now as to what you can do to help your team get along to the events. But first, just think about why learn the skill. Why do we need to learn the skill? Well, it's the number one key to retention and growth in your business. As I said at the beginning, that step 9 is one of the most important steps in the 10-step system. Yeah, one of the equations that has been worked out by Rob Foster, whose business we're in, and Rob earns £1,000 a day in this business. And for those of you who are new, and I know when you say to people on the street that we have been mentored and work with a guy who earns £1,000 a day, they look at you and think, get out of it. People don't earn £1,000 a day doing Clean Easy. Well, people do. And one of the things that Rob worked out is that at every big event, like the showcase at the NIA in August, for every bum you have on a seat, then about £1,000 turnover will equate in your business from that bum on the seat. And that's a fact. It's not 100%, but it's in the high 90s. Majority of the time, if you're an aspiring gold distributor, you need to have 10 people, minimum at least 10 people going to the showcase. If you have 10 people, then you'll be looking to have a team turnover of £10,000 very, very soon after that event. Very soon, if not immediately after that event. If you're looking to build to the bronze executive level, whereby you've helped 2 people to the gold level, then you need to have 20 plus people there. 20 plus people there to be building to that level. So yeah, it's all about bums on seats. So let's have a look at how many people you've got coming to the showcase in August. Start working on that now. Start priming people, start talking to people, start looking at people's diaries with them, and help them to make sure that they're going to be free to get there, because it really will help them grow their business, and it'll obviously help you grow your business. Because you can't do everything. You can't inspire, motivate, coach everybody all on your own. You might try, but you'll find that you won't do it. You may be able to carry a couple of monkeys on your back, but you can't carry everybody on your back. Yeah, you've got to get the support and help of the system. Yeah, sometimes you could be telling somebody everything. You can tell them how to do this. You can tell them how to do the catalogs, how to do the phone calls, how to do sponsoring, how to do the team support, all sorts of stuff. You can tell them what they need to do, and they're not doing it. Then they go along to an event, and somebody else says exactly the same as what you've told them, and they go, "Oh wow, I didn't know that. I'll do that." And you think, "I've been telling them that all the bloody time," but you don't say that to them. You just think it, and you just smile, and you go, "Yes, fantastic. They've got it." And away they go, and they start to put it into their business. So it's all about expose, involve, and upgrade. So you expose people to what's going on, you get them involved, and they'll upgrade themselves, and they'll take themselves to the next level. And that's what's got to happen. If people want to grow in this business, want to learn, and want to increase their income, you've got to learn how to do it. Like any job you do. If you're in a job, you've got to learn how to do it. Yeah, nobody knows wherever you go to work. If you went to McDonald's and worked in McDonald's, you wouldn't know what to do. You have to go through a training program to learn what to do. And this business is exactly the same. Some areas are simpler than others to learn, but they're all simple at the end of the day to learn. Some might be a little bit more stretching for some of others, but everybody can learn, and we've got the system in place. And when the events is one of those ways to do that. Remember, you can't push a rope. You've got to lead people to the information. You've got to lead people to want to do things for themselves by inspiring, leading the way, and getting them exposed to other people who can inspire them to do what they want to, what they need to do if they're serious about building a business. So, how do we promote events? Well, there's numerous ways that you can promote events out there, and a few of them are just listed on the screen here. And some work better than others. So you've got to make sure you're using the right ones when you're promoting events. Okay. The best ones are when you're face to face with people or talking to people, on the phone. Face to face is always going to be the best. Belly to belly, in person, if you can. If you're not seeing them belly to belly in person, then video chat using Zoom, Skype, through Messenger. So you can see each other. You can pick up on people's body languages. You can pick up on their tonality more, their facial expressions, and you can see maybe where they're maybe a little bit nervous about something, where they're excited about something, they're not too sure about something. So you can help them and guide them and help them come up with solutions so that they can get to the events if they're not keen in the first place or don't fully understand the benefits of going. Because a lot of people that come into the business and don't realise how important they are. And they think, oh, I don't need that. I can do this without that. I don't need to go to those events. But they do. And you've got to be that catalyst to help them realise and show and understand the importance of the events and what they're going to get from it by getting to them. So phone, Skype, video chat, face-to-face, best way to do it. Text and email should always only be for information. You cannot communicate very well through text and email because they can be read in so many different ways. You might send them the email, you might send a text, obviously how you're thinking, how you want to send it. It's all happy and nice and with good meaning. The person on the other end might pick it up and they might be having a really bad day or for whatever reason, and they read it completely differently. They put a different slant on it, they put a different tone into the words, and they take it the wrong way, and it doesn't have the same meaning as when you actually talk to people. So just be mindful of how you use text and email. That should be more than anything. It should be for information or brief chit chat. If you really want to have a serious discussion about something, talk about something, pick up the phone as a minimum and speak to people. Facebook group, be promoting it in there. Make sure you're promoting it and tagging people in and let them know, but don't rely on that. Okay, that's a support. Facebook group, promoting events through Facebook is a support. Obviously, we have we create team events. We create the events in there and put everybody in there. And if you see an event come up in the Facebook group, go in there and let people know that you're going. If you're going, let people know that you're going. So your team will see that you're going. Others will see that you're going. Like we've got one at the moment for the Cheltenham. If you're going to Cheltenham on Saturday, make sure you go into the event in the team Facebook group and click that you're going so that we get an idea of how many seats we're going to need when we get there, because we want to be able to save seats so we can all sit together. And we also gives us an idea who's booked in, who isn't booked in, and who we maybe need to speak to yet to help them get along if they're not going yet. Message loops, again, for promotion, but not the main promotion. Again, just for reminders and letting people know that you're going, and a reminder that we've got this event coming up. And when you're at other events, if you're at another event, always leave that event promoting the next event that's coming up. Or whenever you talk to someone on the phone, always finish your call promoting an event. Let them know, have you booked in? So we've got so-and-so coming up. Are you booked in? Are you going to be on? Always promoting the events because they're so powerful for your business. When talking to people, explain the benefits, because benefits are different for everyone. If you know your team, know what they're looking to achieve, know their background, then help them to understand what the benefits are for going, and just also be mindful of what type of person they are. If they're a fun person, excitable person, they like to have lots of fun, then talk about the fun that they'll have at the events. If they're a little bit more serious and they're facts and figures, and they're more after the information side of things, then let them know that they're going to get some facts and figures. They're going to get some information there, that stuff they can take away and help build their business. So it's just understand what maybe motivates and drives your team members so that you can explain the benefits that are going to fit for them. Help them to find solutions to the challenges, because everybody has challenges at times of why they can't get to an event. Yeah, but don't accept excuses, because you'll generally find that the reasons people come up with why they can't get there, you can get around. You can find a solution so they can get there. Don't accept excuses straight away. If somebody says, "Oh no, I can't get to the meeting on Saturday. I can't get any babysitters." If you say, "Okay, no problem, maybe next time," boom, they're not going to be there, and they're going to miss it. Whereas maybe you can think about, okay, who usually babysits for you? Who have you tried? Who have you looked? Who have you spoken to? And you can work with them and try and find out with them who their usual babysitter is, who they've already spoken to about babysitting, what they've tried so far, and try and come up with some solutions with them that maybe they can work around. You might find out that they're fairly close to somebody else in the team who's got a babysitter who might be prepared to look after your child as well, if you're happy to leave them with somebody else in the team's children at the same time. It's a possibility. There's always a solution, and so you can make excuses or you can make it happen. And sometimes people make excuses not to go to the events instead of making it happen, which will really make a difference to them getting there. And this is a great quote from Tony Robbins. Yeah, successful people ask better questions, and as a result, they get better answers. And that's just really, it's along the lines that I was talking about there with finding solutions. And people say, "Oh, I can't get to the event on Saturday, and I've got no way of getting there." Well, what if they actually said to themselves, "Okay, I would like to go to the event on Saturday. How can I find some transport that I can get there with?" It's just asking a different question, looking at it from a different way. Yeah, asking a question like that all of a sudden can create answers. Okay, how can I find some transport to get there? So they'll start answering that. Okay, what transport is available? Cars, buses, a lift, car shares. So it's just about asking a different question. And these are some of the typical challenges that you'll come up against. No babysitter. Who can we ask? Go through that with them, find out who their usual babysitter is, what options they have. No car, so you can look at car share, get a lift from somebody in the team, the bus, train, as last resort if need be. Sometimes people say they haven't got any money. Well, a lot of times it's a free event to get onto, like the webinars are free. You don't have to leave your home. First things like the live events, you can get your money back for those. Your first showcase, you can get, it's your first event, you can get that free as well. It's not going to cost you any. And if people say there's no money, well, again, in this business, there's no excuse for not having any money. You can get a few more catalogs out. You can do a bit more posting and generate some more orders. Know how much you need. If you need to raise an extra 20 quid, or extra, say, okay, you need to get your transport costs and you need to get your ticket in. So maybe you need to raise an extra £50. So then you just look at your business, okay, what do I need to do retail-wise this period just to generate an extra £50 so that I can go to that event that I know is going to make a big difference to me in my business in the future and help me increase my income long term. So just put some extra catalogs out, working out what you need to put out. If you need to put an extra couple of 100 catalogs out that period to raise an extra £50, why not do it? Yeah, there should be never an excuse in this business that you haven't got the money, because you have a way of generating money and you have control over that. No time. Well, we all have the same 24 hours and you can make the time. You choose where you spend your time, where your priorities are, what you really want to get from this business. So if people say, "Oh, I haven't got time to do that," well, obviously it's not a priority for them to make that extra money or learn what they need to do. And whenever people say, "Oh, I haven't had time to do this," or "I haven't had time to do that," it's not that they haven't had time, it's that they haven't prioritized it within their 24 hours as something that's really important for them needing to do. They've done other things instead of doing that. So there is always time, but it's just where you prioritize your time that is important to you. And sometimes people won't come because they're too nervous, they're a bit shy. They're thinking, "Oh, I'm going to have to do something, I'm going to have to talk to people, what are they going to get me to do, what's going to happen, I won't go. Well, talk to people and let them know that they don't have to do anything, that they can sit at the back with you out of the way if it's a 10 steps meeting. Rosie, bless her, in our team, Rosie up in Sheffield a couple of periods ago didn't want to come to the 10 steps meeting up in Barnsley, and but Tracy rang her, spoke to her, had a chat with her, and said, look, because Rosie doesn't drive, she had no way of getting there, and Tracy said, we'll come and pick you up, because we come past Sheffield, we'll stop in Sheffield, come and pick you up, and then you can come up with us and you can sit at the back of the room. You don't have to do anything at all, and that's it. You don't have to just come in, take it in, find out what's going on, and get the information. And Rosie came along, and she thoroughly enjoyed it. And can't wait to get back to the next one up there. And she even got up for recognition as well. And she nearly killed us for doing that, bless her. But she got up, got recognised for hitting her welcome rewards. And it's absolutely fantastic to see. And initially, she wasn't going to come. So, yeah, work with people and have a look at their challenges and see what you can do to help people get along. So, what else? Promoting events. Help your team to attend, yeah? We've already mentioned this many times, yeah? Have a good posture. Be bold. Have a great posture. If you're already going regularly yourself, then creating that posture should come quite naturally, because you are going, you know the benefits, and just be strong about it. Know that it's going to benefit them, and look to find solutions. Even if they say they can't do it, just talk with them and chat with them, and be bold, because you've got to be bold sometimes, and take that step outside your comfort zone if you feel a bit uncomfortable about trying to persuade and help people to get along to an event that you know is going to really, really help them. This is really important as well. Plan your business around the events. Yeah, know when the events are on. There's advance notice. 10 steps workshops. All the dates are in the resource site, so you can go in there for 10 steps workshops and you can see when they're all on. So you can plan them in ahead when they're going to be. You can get all the Clean Easy events. You know when they're going to be from the event planner for the 18-month planner, which you can get off the DSA. Again, if you need any help with any of those, speak to your sponsor, speak to your upline, speak to us, and we can help you where to find that information. But get them in your diary early so you know when they are, so you can make sure you're going, and then you can also work with your team to make sure you get as many of your team to these events as well. Diary wall planner, just mention that. Make sure you got them in your diary on a wall planner. And I mentioned this earlier already about using the attend buttons on the FB posts, about letting us know you're going, letting your team know you're going, so that we can plan with you for that. So if you want your team to attend, then you must be attending too. And I mentioned this already earlier on. Not everyone who attends events will be successful, but all successful people attend events. Lead the way and others will follow. And yeah, it's down to you guys to lead the way to build your teams. And I think that's it. There's lots of stuff in there. I hope that's helped. And anybody has any questions on that at all, then please shout up, or wants to chat on that at all, any help or support, then speak to us, speak to your upline goals, and more than happy to help. So just a couple of dates for your diary quickly. This Saturday, I think I've already mentioned, Cheltenham, this Saturday, who's going? I think we've got I know we've got 20 odd booked in already and possibly more. We're hoping to get many of you there. Hopefully we'll have about 30 people out there. Me, lots of me, us, yeah, like that, Dimfner, Jay's iPad, Kalpana, Stephanie, Monica, Jay, lots of people going. Arthur, fantastic. Who else is going? Andrew Coyle's fantastic. Jude's going, brilliant. So yeah, really excited to see all you guys there, and it's going to be a fantastic day. And next Wednesday, a week tomorrow over in watching. Tammy's watching live stream. Yeah, fantastic. It's good to be on live stream. It's always better to be there in person, but if you can't get there for whatever reason that isn't solvable, then live stream is the next way to go. Team recruitment and opportunity event next Wednesday over in Long Eaton. As I say, if you're local to us or hour and a half drive away, get over to Long Eaton. Come and join us. It's always a great evening. We usually have 30, 40 people there. It's a place to bring your guests, to expose guests to the business, expose your new team members to the business, and we always have a fantastic evening there. Cliff's coming as well as Andrew. Fantastic. It's great to see. Yeah, Tracy says there, get on the team group. Let us know you're going, booking the group event there, so we know we've got enough chairs for that. So thank you guys. Thank you for being on tonight. I hope that's helped. Stay on for another 10 minutes. I'm going to play a short 10-minute video from Eric Worre, which is a really, really powerful one for you. It ties in with what we've been talking about tonight with regards to promoting events. So I think it will just help you tremendously with the notes you've taken this evening, the stuff that I've shared with you to really help you hone promoting events, building your teams and getting people along to the event. So what's that? Throwing tomatoes at me. Who's throwing tomatoes? Hey, behave. No tomatoes or eggs or oranges or anything. No heckling, nothing. It's my first one, so I'm going to be a little bit nervous anyway, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting. I'm looking to yeah, phone Nick said that could be interesting. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to sharing my story and being able to acknowledge you guys there as well and for everything you're doing within the business as well. So it's brilliant. And I've got to live up, actually seeing Michael come up there in the chat, and I've got to live up to Michael's fantastic slot that he did up in Newcastle, because Michael was just spot on. If you've not seen Michael's talk at Newcastle, then go onto the Clean Easy HQ site on YouTube and type in Michael Conroy and go and have a watch, because it was absolutely fantastic and it brought a tear to all our eyes there, because it was a great talk. So good night, guys. Thank you for being on. Get out there and do your stuff. Let's rock this business. And as I say, stay on for another 10 minutes and just have a listen and a watch of this little video, because it's absolutely really powerful for you. Good night, everyone.
Give yourself radical permission to think bigger. Whatever the goal that you have, whatever the rank, whatever the aspiration, crank it up. And then once you get it there, start saying, what would happen if I cranked it up a little bit more? Who's got a company convention coming up? Most of you? What's your name? Dawn? All right, Dawn, let me ask you a question. How many people are you bringing to your company convention?
You understand?
How many?
We'll have 100 there.
You'll have 100 there.
Yeah.
How many people do you have on your team?
A little over 4,000.
A little over 4,000. Now, here's the question. When's the convention?
The end of January.
The end of January.
27th.
Dawn, I'm your friend, right?
Yes.
Is 100 out of 4,000 thinking big or no?
No.
Is it big or small?
Small.
Now, you might be impressed with 100. And if her whole world rewards her for the 100, pats her on the back for 100, hey, good job, 100, well done, 100, then she's going to think that she's somebody for doing 100 because she's doing more than most. But what if I rented space in your mind just for a moment?
Go ahead.
And I said, what would it take to do everything in your power between now and the end of January to get it to 200? Could we come up with some strategies to make that happen?
Yes.
Could you come up, every single person that's coming to the event brings one?
Yeah.
Everybody brings one. What if in addition to that, you came up with a process that every single one of those 200 brought one prospect to your convention? Just a prospect. Drag somebody along. And you came up with a strategy to do that. Would that make an impact?
Absolutely.
What if you did training between now and then on how to overcome every obstacle necessary to be able to make that convention happen? What city is it in?
Dallas.
In Dallas, Texas. What if you came up with training between now and then? You didn't lose December, you didn't lose January like most people are going to lose it. And you decided that you were going to stretch in order to be able to make that happen. Could we increase the number?
Yes.
What if you came up with a campaign and you named that campaign and you got people recognized for getting registered? Would that increase the number? The answer is yes.
Absolutely.
What if you challenged every person on your team to recruit at least one person between now and the end of January with the goal of bringing that one person to the conference with them? Do you see what I'm saying by thinking bigger? It's just a series of questions. It's a series of questions, whether it's about your convention, it's about recruiting, it's about developing customers, it's about your skills. So what do these 5 or 6 questions just show you? Dawn, you're playing small, and you don't deserve it. You hear me?
Yes,
You got this?
I do.
So if you got it? You understand? So with this number now in her mind, what's possible in your mind now? Give me an idea. If you really applied your full self, if you really stepped into this, by the end of January, what number's in your mind?
Wow.
Nobody else can give her her number. It's her number.
Yeah, that's... See, and that's where that self-limiting belief comes in.
I hear you. Her number, not yours. I'll get to you in a minute.
400?
400. All right, 400.
Maybe 10%.
400. And you know what she just did? She said that would be 10%. And you know what she just did in her mind? She said that would be reasonable. Right?
Yeah.
You're bigger than that. You can do more than that. And I know if I held you to 400, you wouldn't sleep for a couple days. You'd be freaked out.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm
You
already
would, right?
freaking
You're already freaked out. Good. I want you uncomfortable. I don't want you comfortable and go back into a coma. As soon as you go back home, sitting with your 100, thinking that you're something. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Think bigger. Let's go.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
You want me to help you get 400?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Because I will if you really want it. Do you really want it?
Absolutely.
Stand up. Everybody say hi, Dawn. All right, here's the deal. Do you have an ex?
An ex?
An ex.
Like an ex?
Yeah.
Like a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have a few of them?
Maybe.
Yeah. Do you have one that you particularly, do you have one that you dislike, kind of? Yeah. There's some old wounds there, there's some old
Recent,
stuff there.
yeah.
Recent.
Very
Oh,
recent.
perfect. Awesome. This is amazing. So it's recent.
Yes, sir.
It's still a little painful.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So if you're bringing 100 people to your event, you're making some money, right?
Yeah.
You're doing okay. How much you making in your business?
A little over 12,000 a month.
A little over 12,000 a month. All right. Give her a round of applause. 12,000 a month. Woohoo! Nicely done. Tiny fraction of your potential, but nicely done. So, give me a financial amount that would be painful if you lost it. You could survive it, but it would really hurt.
I mean, any
Give me a
amount.
number.
20,000.
20,000. So, could you put that on a credit card?
No, because I don't have any credit cards.
You don't have any credit cards.
But I have it in the bank.
But you have it in the bank. Perfect, wonderful. If you have it in the bank, it wouldn't hurt you that much. So we need to up it just a little. Just for fun, let's make it 25.
Okay.
Okay, and this is not an exercise. This is a real thing.
Okay.
Okay? What's your ex's name?
His name is Thierry.
Say it again.
Thierry.
Thierry.
He's French.
Thierry is French. Okay, got it. This is perfect. This is perfect. I'm going to help you. Guarantee you have 400 people. But you have to buy into this all the way with me, and you have to think big. And I'm going to help you with some consequences, because most of us have been driven by consequences more than we have by pleasure for our whole lives. Yes? Yes. Are you prepared for this?
Yes.
Okay. There's a website that they're going to write down. Your friends are going to write down next to you. Maybe we'll put it up on the site. It's called stick.com. STICKK.com.
Okay.
All right? It's an accountability website. It'll help you hold your goals accountable.
Okay.
This is awesome. So easy.
I'm so excited.
So here's the thing. Here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to have you go to stick.com.
Okay.
And I'm going to have you put your financial information into this site that guarantees $25,000
Okay.
into that site. Now, if you could do it with a card, fine. But if you could set it up with the bank, that's fine too.
Okay.
And the goal is 400 people at your conference, end of January.
Yes.
Okay? That's the objective. And here's what happened. Nothing happens to the money. It just sits there.
Okay.
Okay? Until the end of January. And if you don't have 400 people, and there's a referee that will make sure that you do,
Okay.
the $25,000 goes to Thierry. Yeah.
Wow. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny.
400's no problem, right?
Right. Definitely.
Because the 25,000's not going to Thierry.
No.
Because he's going to take when he gets, if he gets it when you don't do 400, he's going to say, you know what? She saw a reason. She just understood finally that I was right, and she sent me 25,000. That's what he's going to think.
He's so not right.
It's so not going to happen.
He's totally in the wrong.
So I want you to send me a screenshot when you've completed that onto stick.com. I'm going to hold you accountable within the Network Marketing
Does
Pro
this mean
community.
I have to talk to him?
No, you don't have to talk to him.
Okay, good.
He does never have to know this.
Okay.
Nothing. You don't have to interact with him. Nothing.
Okay.
But the 25,000 will go to him in your name if you don't get 400 at the conference, right?
Awesome.
Okay?
Yes.
So will you do that?
Yes.
All right, here's the thing. Give her a big round of applause. She's about ready to explode her life, take things to another level. Now let me ask you a question. Are you going to have 400 people at the conference?
Yes. Hell yes.
How much training do you need? How much training do you need in order to be able to make that happen?
I don't need any.
You don't need any.
I just need to go to work.
It's no problem, because the unthinkable is the alternative. So sometimes, here's what I want you to know, and with her it's true. If I just gave her the goal, she could go hide and say, I got 150, that's pretty good. But sometimes you have to hold yourself accountable to your thinking. You have to hold yourself accountable to your dreams. You have to hold yourself accountable to your potential. If you're living underneath your potential, you need to make it hurt if you don't follow through. Mm-hmm. So I can't wait till the end of January. I cannot wait to get the report. And would you do me a favor?
Oh, God, more favor. Yes. I love
at your conference, I want you to take a group photo.
Okay.
With the 400 people or more. Now you're going to just get it like 401, 401, because there's referees at stick.com that are actually going to get a report, because they're not going to let you just tell them that you had 400. Mm-hmm. You're going to just eke it out, just barely get there? Or are you going to push beyond that number in order to be able to make sure that you have it?
I'm going to give it my very best.
You're going to, your very best?
My best.
Yeah, you're just going to make it happen.
I'm going to, yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's not going to happen. It's not going to go the other way.
Yeah.
It's already done.
It's already
See?
done.
Already done. Now, will you send me a big group photo?
Yes.
So I could put it up and show the world?
Yes.
That you're stepping into your greatness?
Yes.
All right. Give Dawn a big round of applause, everybody.